Hi everybody, welcome to Gunpla TV.
Hey guys.
Brought to you by HobbyLink Japan. This is episode 143.
143.
We had a week off last week.
Yes, we did. And I will explain why.
Sure, why don't you go and tell everybody?
You might have noticed that HobbyLink TV was down because we were actually upgrading the kind of back end of the system, the community functionality, updating to the latest version of WordPress. But we have, because of the competition, 34,000 images. So it's taken like 2 or 3 days to kind of crunch through all of those images and put them in new folders, and basically it's kind of a restructuring of one of the plugins.
I think that the term is migrating.
Yes, we're migrating. But it's because we didn't migrate for a while because of the competition. Like, I didn't want to mess with the site while the competition was in progress, but now we are. It has been down. The site is now back up. Hopefully by the time you actually see this video that there's no more problems. There were a few problems with images not showing correctly, but it should be corrected hopefully by the time you see this. Now, if you do notice any problems with the site while you're using it, please let us know. It would really help because we've got to find all the bugs. But there shouldn't really be any left.
Yeah, it seemed to be running pretty smooth when I was checking it.
The site is quick now. And actually this plugin, it's a good upgrade. Like it's a good upgrade. But that's kind of why we missed the week.
Speaking of the site, the last episode, 142, 2 weeks ago, we said we're going to give away some Gundam to people. Our site exploded. We had like 824 comments on that one episode alone. 824. Actually 825 now, but I cut it off at 824. Yeah, so we did the random draw for the person who's going to win the kits. We'll announce them at the end of the show, not the beginning. So please watch all the way to the end. And then we'll also show the kits we're giving away for the next batch. Yes.
Okay? Now, Sid, you have been working on the...
I've been working on this blingy gold Phoenix here. I've got them finished. The backpack anyway. I'm going to talk about this, but not in the way you expect. I know people are going to be like, oh, you're not transforming into destroy mode and show us everything and the armed armor DA. No, I'm not, because there's a little bit of a problem with the Phoenix. But there's also a problem with every other MG unicorn, and I'm going to show you how to fix it.
Oh, nice.
And we're also going to look at the Sengoku Astray, because I finished that this morning.
Sid did that as well. But there's new kits, yeah?
There is new kits. Let me pull them out here. Sorry, Mr. Phenex, you're going to have to go over there. All right, so what first one is up is the Wing Gundam HG. All right, so it's the Wing. Everybody loves the Wing Gundam. Yes. And it's HG. You know, we haven't had a newer HG Wing Gundam in a while. But I'm not going to show you what's inside because we kind of know, but I will show you that it transforms.
Ooh, really? It transforms.
It transforms into flight mode.
Such a little box.
Right there. Everything you need in this box to transform the Wing. But the thing with the Wing Gundam is that the design for the transformation isn't complicated. Okay. So you're just kind of rotating things around. So they can do that with the HG without a problem. Okay, let's talk about Thunderbolt. Now, normally I go like this. This time I have to go like this.
I do like the box art of these new kits.
Thunderbolt is a manga, as everybody knows. It's a book form, and this is often the cover art on different issues of the comic. And this is the normal Zaku, I guess you would call it. Or it's a Gundam Zaku Thunderbolt version. Just the normal one. Just the normal. And even though it's normal, we call it. Look at the backpack on that guy. Yes. He's rocking. He's sporting some stuff
firepower.
And that's nothing. Like, look at this next one. Check out the high mobility they call it.
I saw this guy.
The Psycho Zaku.
How many RPGs do you need?
Psycho Zaku Thunderbolt version.
I assume he can't stand up without space.
Well, you know, they say high mobility, and you look at this guy and you think, how does that guy move at all? But remember, this is in space. Zero gravity. You can do whatever, apparently.
We've all seen Gravity.
I haven't actually, but apparently it's a good film.
It's a good film.
Watch Lord of the Rings.
Yes, we won't get into that.
All right. Yeah, we should stop. I'm going to open this baby up because I want to show everybody what's inside this monstrous HG box. I'm a Willy Zaku. First thing we see is, well, some of these weapons, of course. It's got a gazillion of them.
It's half a box of weapons.
Half a box of weapons. And all the foils. You know, I can't get away from that in HG. That's okay. Somewhat of a gold color. Lots of veneers. That's cool. And this is the best part for me anyway. There's a stand. Because there is no way on God's green earth
not in a gravity
high mobility Zaku can even stand up. So they've included a stand, which is a huge plus for me. And speaking of more huge parts, again, these giant tanks. And then we start seeing the frame parts here. It's just like the full armor Thunderbolt version I showed you, and that has that rubber look, like that covered look. The other Zaku is the same as well. In the joints, it will have this kind of frame exposed. And then the red parts. Now it's mostly this dark red color, you can see here. But they do give you a couple of these lighter kind of salmon pink, I don't know, orange color. And then more weapons, more big things, and even a set of stickers. So that's pretty cool. You're getting a lot of stuff in this box. It's probably the most elaborate Zaku we've seen. All right, so there you go. High mobility Zaku.
In space.
In space. Anything's possible, maybe. I don't know, never been there.
No.
Okay, now let's talk MG. There's nothing new MG this week. The next week, I believe, is the Gundam Mark II, Gundam Build Fighters Mark II, along with that backpack it carries around. We're going to talk about the Phenex, and we're going to talk about the Sengoku. Now, I think we're going to do the Sengoku first because the Phenex might get a little messy.
Okay.
So give me a sec here to dig this guy out. Okay, here's the Sengoku Astray, all built. It didn't take me too long. Of course, I have that experience with the old MG Astray, which is now 4 years old. But the one thing that I should mention, people might not know, is that this kit, because it's a frame, an Astray, it's undergated. And because of that, you have to be very careful when you're cutting the red parts out. There's going to be undergates that will prevent you from putting a lot of these parts together. Yeah. So keep that in mind. It does add a little bit of time to the build, but we know a lot of people complained when the Phenex wasn't undergated. Well, now this one, it is undergated. So keep that in mind when you build it. When you start building it, it's almost exactly the same as the Astray. I mean, the torso is the same. The head is the same, except for the face. And, of course, this giant set of horns here. I would like to point out that the connection that they use is the same as the old Astray, and it's V-fin, which means that because this is quite a bit bigger, it might fall off sometimes. So be careful when you're moving that around. It can come out, but if you want, you can put a little glue in there and it will stay. Let's pull this back off here now. Whoop, just like that. Here's the back of the kit is the same, and this is something that we saw on the old Astray kits. When the first MG Red Astray came out, it came out with that tactical arms thing, that giant arrow looking thing, and that would just slap on the back with this. That's kind of what you're seeing with this kit as well, but they've adopted it to take the shield. Now the shield here, I will show you how it goes together. You kind of have to make this mouth. It will move. You pull it down, and you can plug it into the
This is my favorite part.
Yeah, it actually is pretty cool. And you have your shield, and the mouth can open and close. Ryan. So it does actually have an attachment which will allow you to plug it into the arm, but you can fold that down and just drop it onto the back of the kit as well. I kind of like it on the back because when it's not on the back, you kind of see that sticking out. Yeah, it's kind of unsightly. I don't really like it. Now the legs are pretty much exactly the same as the old MG Astray, but these attachments, they come off as well. And this front part here is new. It actually just kind of slides on. Near the middle of the build, before you start building the upper leg, you just slide this part on, close the leg up, and then it's kind of secured in there. And the feet, of course, are totally new. You don't have that kind of look on the Astray feet. So there's quite a few new parts in here, even though a lot of it we've already seen before. And of course, the shoulders. We all know the shoulders are new. I mean, look at the size of these things. These things here are actually like little extra arms.
Awesome.
Rawr. And you can take your two swords. Here's my two swords. They're exactly the same, even though they try to differentiate them in the manual by their signatures. But you can just plug them in through here, and you have this guy going nuts. Now, that's not how you hold a sword. It bothers me.
That's not how you hold the sword in your artificial limb.
Even though I know this is a plastic model of a robot of a toy, I'm still going to make him hold the swords properly, all right?
Okay.
There we go. So here we go. Here's my Nito Ryu, Miyamoto Musashi. Here we go. Just like that.
Coming to get you.
Oh! I guess I'll drop this back on here. There you go. Here's my Sengoku Astray. He's bringing it. There you have it, Ryan. There's the Sengoku Astray with his two sword ability.
This is cool.
Yeah, it is kind of cool.
That's kind of cool, these two huge
I don't know about these kind of big, kind of hand arm things.
Isn't it like that spirit fighter kind of stuff?
Maybe if I get two more swords, he can have four. And he'll be all like
the guy from Star Wars.
Count Dooku. What's not Count Dooku? General, what's his name?
Grievous.
Thank you. I didn't want to do a Star Wars flub right in the show. I should know this stuff.
General
all right. So the Astray, it's very similar to what we've seen before with the Astray, ironically. But there's enough like new stuff, different stuff in there that you kind of experienced
I like the
new things. But keep in mind that you're going to end up with a lot of parts from the old kit that you're just not going to use. That's a lot of spare parts. Free parts. All right, now let's talk about the Phenex. I'm going to bring out Mr. Gold again, and we'll go over the one thing I don't like about the MG Unicorn and how I go about fixing it.
It's Gundam tooltips time.
All right, here's the Phenex in Unicorn mode. We showed this last week. It does look pretty stellar, I think. People had asked to see the destroy mode. That involves a lot of transformation, which I'm not opposed to, but there is one other thing I want to talk about before I even attempt that. First of all, we have to show the armed armor DE. Here's the backpack. Now, these, they fit on by these arms here, which actually pivot at numerous points, so they're very, very positionable. They'll move around quite a bit. And of course, they do transform. I might as well show everybody that. And there is a shield under here. You're actually hooking these onto the shield. So if you want to use the shield with your Unicorn, you actually have to disassemble the armed armor. You have to do that if you want to have access to the shields, but we'll leave it as it is. You can pull this down, open these up, and you'll start to see the cycle frames here, and these open up as well. And
actually, I love these shields. I think
the armed armors, yeah, they're pretty awesome.
Yeah,
but partly because they're so big. You know, we've seen these before, but mostly because they're gold plated. They're heavy. Now, you can get away with sticking the normal backpack on the Phenex, or not the Phenex, but any other Unicorn, because the backpack is not very heavy. But with these arms and these plated giant DEs here, it becomes very heavy. And one fault I feel of the Master Grade Unicorn is that the connection at the waist, when you try to put something heavy on there. Now, this is going to be exaggerated because I needed to do it this way to show you what I wanted to show you, but you'll put it on there and you'll start getting this kind of sag at the back, and in some cases, pop, this whole thing is going to come off. But it won't be like this, like it just pops out. This connection is actually really, really secure. The weak connection, I'm going to show you right now by taking all these extra parts off here, is this piece. This piece here will, but the way it's designed, it will pop off like easily. When I was trying to put this guy together, I would go click and it would stay, and then the weight of the armed armor would go like, pull it back, and then this part would come off every time. Ping, ping. And that is something I experienced with previous Unicorns, which is not a problem when it's light, but it is a problem with the Phenex. Now, I find the skirt design of the Unicorn in general is not very good because it's made to transform. Like, for example, I'll pull this part off here. When in Unicorn mode, the legs, the joints stay close to the center of the core block here. But when you transform it, you're meant to pull this out and actually open up the leg angle, which actually kind of weakens it structurally.
Yeah.
And when you have big backpacks like these and a kit that's gold plated, it starts to get very, very, very wobbly. And what I tended to do with other kits, partly because I don't feel that I want to transform each time, but also when you're moving this around, this part will move quite easily. Like, it will move quite easily. And when it moves, every time you're trying to play with your kit, this will open. And you close it, and you put it back in, and you play with your kit a little more, and it opens and it comes out again, and it gets very frustrating. So what I do, and I'm going to do it right now, is I'm going to pull this guy apart, and I'm going to take off this gold here. And this is what I do for Master Grade Unicorns in general, is I start gluing. I start gluing stuff. Now, what I do is I have my cement here, and I want to make sure that this part does not move. Because if this part opens up, the weight of the legs cause the joints to open here in the center. I do not want that to happen. But that's just me. So, my first step is to actually glue this in place here. So, we'll just do it really quickly here.
Oh, I haven't seen cement on the show for a while.
I know, I gotta be really careful because I got a gold-plated kit here and I can't touch it. So, we'll pull this out here and we will put just enough all in here. You don't need to use a lot. Ah, that smell. Hisashiburi desu ne, Ryan. Drop it in here, click, and hold it. Hold it, hold it. Make sure that these two arms, or whatever swingable positions where the hips connect, and make sure they're pushed in when you close it. So you're going to hold that there. Now let's pretend that some significant time has passed and this is dried, because I want to move on to the next part. So we'll move these out of the way. And the next part is this guy. I have to get this guy in place. I have to cement him down because I need him to not move ever again. So first things first, make sure I'm gonna do the right way. Yeah, this looks good to me. Where's that last back one? See that gap there? That's I know that's for the back skirt. So I'm gonna take some more glue and I'm gonna put it all in here on the edges. And I'm going to drop this on. Chunk. And push, squeeze, and I'm going to just hold it here and make sure it dries in this position. It has to stay in this position because I want it not to move again. Once it's cemented shut and it's strong, when you start playing with your unicorn in unicorn mode or destroy mode, you're not going to experience that weakening in the hip joints, which can cause it to kind of lean back and forth and eventually fall over, especially a kit that's this heavy. So I recommend people, if you're encountering the same problem I did with the legs and making this guy stand up, to actually just cement that skirt together, because in the long run this transformation at the hips is unnoticeable. You're not going to notice if it's in unicorn mode or destroy mode in the hips because all the skirts are on. You'll never notice. So there you go. Let's let that guy dry. All right, so there you go. That's what I do to my MG unicorns. I feel you kind of need to do it. You can get away with it on the other kits. You know, you don't have to do it, but on the Phenex with that huge backpack, I advise doing it. So there you go. That's why I had my cement out earlier. I have the winner here, but I'm going to make you wait a little longer. Sorry, 2 weeks and
questions.
Change, because Ryan's got some comments and questions.
I do. So just
let's
a
do
few.
that first.
Yep. The first is from Bunny Freaks. This is from YouTube. So you guys not comment. You guys not comment anything about HGUC Neon Xeon. Xeon? That will come around, that will be around 80 centimeters tall, is that? What am I missing here?
Well, there was an announcement last week.
Yes.
After we had filmed Gunpla TV, actually.
Yes.
That they're doing the HGUC Neo Xeon. And anybody who knows what that mobile suit is will realize that it is this monstrous tower thing, like Kshatriya plus Alpha. Like it's just, it's this huge thing. And apparently Bandai's going to take a crack at it.
What?
In 1/144 scale. I've only seen a couple illustrations in hobby magazines.
Do you think it's going to be 80 centimeters tall?
Like I said, I've only seen a couple illustrations in hobby magazines. No, just like there is the rumor, the announcement, like it's gonna be done, but there's no yet specifics about it as far as I can tell. Like there's no prototype shots or anything like that yet. There was just an illustration that I saw. So maybe I'll try and dig that out for next week's episode and show somebody the pictures.
Yeah, maybe we start getting some more info. Or
well, we'll get it as Bandai releases it in the magazines and whatnot on the internet. So it's kind of exciting. I mean, everybody loves the Kshatriya, even though it's pretty pricey. But to do its size, we're not seeing another Kshatriya in another scale. So this will be similar. If you want a Neo Xeon, you're going to pay for it, but it's going to be 1/144 scale.
Big.
It's going to be big, Ryan. And then we'll get the people on board who say, I can't wait for the MG. I can't wait for the PG.
And then Sid and I will have a huge argument about it'll be like $1,000, Ryan.
Yep.
Okay, next is Super 3R Speed.
Super Speed.
Super Speed. Elite speak. Damn it.
It's the internet, Ryan. Get with it.
I'm using the internet as we speak. Ever since Build Fighters, I always wanted to build a Gundam. The thing is that I'm afraid I'll mess up. I'm a newbie. Plus, the kits I want to build are hard ones, and
I don't know.
What is the difference between the grades?
I don't know what the difference is between the grades. Okay, well, we've done videos on this before, way back when, in the early days of Gunpla TV. HG is really simple to put together. 1/144 scale, kind of small, very cheap. MG, a little bit more difficult to put together because they have the interior frame. You slap the armor on top.
Go to RG.
Lots of gimmicks. 1/100 scale, so a little more pricey. Perfect grade is the big ones. 1/60 scale, lots of parts. Very pricey, but worth it.
Oh yeah,
because you'll be doing one of those things for 3 or 4 weeks. And then now we have RG, which is back to 1/144 scale, taking all that technology that they made these big things and condensing it back down to something small. So what I always say is, find a suit that you're interested in and buy a model of that one and give it a try.
Yeah, choose the one you're interested in.
This guy says ever since Build Fighters, he's been interested.
Well,
so
then choose a build fighter.
You can do an HG build fighter, you can do a MG build fighter, and it would not surprise me if somewhere down the line, maybe towards the fall, we're going to see an RG.
And talking about HG,
yeah,
if you buy an HG from us now, you get some free parts.
Some free parts, part of that campaign that Bandai launched. We weren't aware that we would be involved in the campaign, actually. And then we had these boxes show up in our warehouse, and I recognized them for what they were, and we're just going to start throwing them in. So anybody who buys an HG, while supplies last, for the extra parts,
while supplies last,
we're going to throw them in a box.
Yes, so keep an eye.
Keep an eye out. Well, you got to buy it.
Get an HG now.
My advice is, like, if you're thinking of getting an HG and you want to get in on this, buy it and ship it.
Yes.
Because while supplies last means we're not packing stuff right away.
No.
Especially now that we have private warehouse, we can't put it aside. So if you want to get in on this extra parts campaign thing, buy it and choose ship now, and then you should.
Yeah, we can't guarantee if it's in the private warehouse. If you don't ship it immediately, you might not get it. And also, you can't choose which pieces you want.
Yeah, it's all random.
It's all random. So yeah. Anyway, final question from Mr. Waffle.
Yep.
Now that it's released here in Japan, did either of you guys pick up the PS4? I lined up Saturday morning, 6:30 a.m. with about 20 to 30 other people to pick it up on the launch day at Yodobashi, but only have little PSN games to play on it so far. Hope Bandai will hurry up and announce PS4 Gundam games.
Yeah, okay, Mr. Waffle. My experience is slightly different than yours. When they went on pre-order in Japan months ago, what was it, like November, December? I went down to the Yamada Denki near my house, and I was like one of 2 people that showed up there at 9 o'clock, and I paid 5,000 yen as a deposit, and I reserved mine. I went across the street, because you can only get one per store, went across the street to the Geo, that video game rental store, and I registered there, and I got the second one pre-ordered, and because I pre-ordered them, I figured, I don't got to line up. Like, I got my stubs right here. So I went in about 12:30 on launch day, the Saturday, and crickets. Like, there was nobody in the store. I went in there, gave them my stuff, paid my money, walked out with my PlayStation 4, went to the Geo, walked out with a second PlayStation 4.
But the crazy thing is, I think Japan, they've sold like 600,000, 8 times more than the PS3. Yeah. So
I avoided that early morning rush. But I did go down to Akihabara in the afternoon that same day, and it was PlayStation 4 fever. Like, they were plastered everywhere, all over the stations. And I walk in the Yodobashi camera, and there's people everywhere. They're all lining up, trying to hold these little cars to get their boxes. And it was a spectacle. It was cool. But there aren't that many games yet, which was the official reason the launch was delayed in Japan.
I don't have a reason yet to get one.
I like it, but like I'll be 40 years old this year. Like, how much value am I going to get out of a gaming system when I have a PC that I also
Master Race.
PC Master Race.
Anyway, let's announce these winners.
Okay, here's the winner. Now, remember what we're giving away this week, Ryan? We're giving away the MG Sandrock.
Yes.
And we're giving away the Wing Proto Zero. And
Touched by Sid.
Yeah.
That's why it was so popular. That's
decreasing their value.
No, I think they've been like 800 comments.
I haven't done anything. They're just scratch built, or they're just OOB.
Yeah, but your blood, sweat, and fingerprints are all over it.
Fingerprints. As I said before, we're going to choose a random comment. That person we will contact. We will get their mailing address, and we will ship it to you for free. For free. That means that I'm going to try and keep all costs as low as possible, because we have so many of these to give away, which means that I'm not going to be giving the boxes. Like, I'm going to pack these into the smallest space I can, and I'm going to mail them off.
Like, press them down.
If this box, like, don't worry, it's not broken, winner. You can hear how much is moving around. There's not much in this box. Like, I would have to stuff it full of like air packets to make sure that the kits don't roll around in there, and that's. No, come on, we got to be fast, we got to be efficient, we got to be economic. So
who's the winners?
So the winner. Now, there might be a misconception about the contest. There's 2 kits I'm giving away. Some people might think that I'm giving to 2 different winners. That's not the case. I'm giving one winner both kits.
Really?
Yes, because I think that, some of them we've used for like more than one episode. Maybe there's a part missing somewhere. Maybe I've lost a part. I cannot guarantee that everything is in the box. Okay. And because of that, giving you half of a kit that was actually pretty good. Yeah. Giving you half of a kit is kind of lackluster. Like,
Yeah,
that's it. I can't really do anything with it because I'm missing one part. Well, you're going to get almost 2 kits. So you're going to get 2 kits. Like,
you're going to get 2 kits.
The winner gets both of these, and next week will be the same. So we had 824 comments.
Yeah, so
I typed that number into a random number generator.
Yeah, so the winner gets...
was number 148.
Yeah.
Goes by the name of OJ. And his comment was, "Can't believe your generosity, guys. Pay it forward." That's what I'm trying to do here. Actually, I'm trying to clear out my closet. It says, also, he carries on, "Can I have Ryan's Falcon, as it probably falls into the partially built, unfinished, taking up space category?"
Oi.
Boom.
Oi.
Boom.
No one is getting my Falcon.
There is a compliment followed by a backhanded compliment.
There is a misconception about my Falcon.
I
yes,
like this guy.
It might not be completed, but it takes a pride of place on my desk.
Yes.
So, ain't no one getting that.
Okay, anyway.
But yeah, congratulations.
I'm going to message OJ through the HobbyLink TV, and I'm just going to say, give me your mailing address.
Is he in prison at the moment?
We should probably stay away from those kind of jokes. I'm going to be messaging this guy. You give me your email address, and I'm sending it to you. Probably sell a small package. We're going to try to do this as cheap as possible.
That's shipping.
Yes. Okay.
Shipping.
Next set. I got 2 more to give away.
Next prizes?
Like, I got lots to give away. Ryan was surprised. Like, I've been bringing them in and storing them downstairs so we can get them. He comes up to me and he says, "That's a lot of kits you got there." And I'm like, I'm not even half done yet. That's only 2 trips.
We're running out of space.
Okay, so this next episode, here we go. Here's what we're giving away. HG Extreme Gundam.
Extreme Gundam.
This guy should be pretty much everything's in there as far as I know.
Hey, there's 2 in here.
Really? Is that my, oh, maybe I should steal this. This isn't my, is this my, I gotta find the box for this. Sorry, this isn't part of the deal.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Deal changed.
All right. You know what this guy has? He has a guitar. Where is that?
Yes, that's a guitar.
The guitar case, right there.
That's kind of cool.
Anyway. He also, today, Dual Gundam Assault Shroud.
Ooh.
Actually, this is a really good kit. It's, of course, the Dual Gundam.
Oh.
And then he comes with all the parts you need to slap on for the Assault Shroud. Yeah.
So just to reiterate, one person gets 2 kits.
One person gets both kits. That's how we're doing this.
Yes.
That's how we're doing this because...
That's a big gun.
I feel like it's probably the best way.
No, it sounds like the noble thing.
Yeah, so now, once again, a reminder how to win these.
Yes.
Leave a comment on HobbyLink TV, not YouTube.
On
HobbyLink
the post.
TV, on the blog post. Everybody seemed to get it this time around. We had 824 comments, like I said.
Except for a few people on YouTube.
No, that's okay. They figured it out. Majority figured it out. More than enough figured it out. So, yeah.
Hey, but there's no guarantee if you make comments about my Falcon that you're going to win again, so sorry.
Yes. Also, if you comment more than once, like you spam, I will be able to find it. However, I'm not discouraging you from commenting more than once. Yes. Like if somebody says something and you want to respond to it, that's fine. If you want to have discussion in the comments field, that's fine too.
Pay it forward.
Yes. However, we're going to have to be careful.
Yeah. I mean, there was concern that, one person could blah, blah, blah.
It's random. It's free.
It is random. We actually have a random number generator.
That's
and
right.
from that, we
Can you believe they make those kind of things on the internet?
Yeah, it's called randomgenerator.com.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Crazy. Any number. Random.
Now, all right. Yes. Sorry. Just to remind everyone, our site is back up. The groups are are active, so please take advantage of it.
Leave a comment.
We are on YouTube. We are on Facebook. Come say hi.
Okay. Like I said, next week, MG Build Mark II, Gundam Build Mark II, whatever that thing is. We'll talk about that. I don't know yet what we're going to actually be showing us in terms of building. We'll see how that goes over the next week or so, and we'll be contacting contest winners about free kits and everything else.
Yes. So just one thing about the model competition. Yes. I have emailed all the winners. So if you haven't received an email from me, please check your spam folders and whatever else, and get back to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Sweet. Yep.
Okay. See you guys later.
See ya.